Leander Paes and Mahesh Bhupathi, I'm so happy today. I'm really lucky to have seen those matches that you played and brought glory to the nation. And I'm lucky that I've been assigned this pleasing task at ETimes to talk to you today on the eve or a few days before your life story unfolds on Nitish Tiwari and Ashwini Iyer's web series Breakpoint. Tell me honestly, we have had movies and web series on, we have had on Maricom, we have had on Milka Singh. कभी आपको लगा था कि हम पर भी एक वेब सीरीज बनेगी या कोई मूवी बनेगी?
Yes, Mahesh and myself have been receiving offers to do a feature film on the Leander Mahesh story for about the last 20 years. But it just didn't work out. And this time we're really grateful to everybody who has brought us together, starting with CA, with Vijay Subramaniam and Ashu, who first sat us down and talked about what was the format we need to do, what would we like to do, how we'd like to tell the story. And then after that, when Mahesh and I agreed to do it, then they brought on Ashwini Iyer Tiwari and Nitish Tiwari, who in both our opinions, we feel were fantastic. When we watched Dangal, when we watched the content they've already made, they're real great storytellers. And beyond that also, they gave us the confidence to speak really freely and to be very honest about what we were doing, which is what Mahesh and myself wanted to do. We didn't just want to have actors come in and play our roles. We didn't just want to tell the good parts of our story, because Mahesh and myself are the first world number ones in any sport that we've got for our nation. And we were pioneering in a time when there was no manual to tell us how to win Wimbledon. So really our brotherhood has stood the test of time, and we've lent on each other in the best of times and the hardest of times. And that's what I respect about Mahesh a lot, is that we've always been there for each other. So when Nitish and Ashwini came on board, we really felt comfortable. And also then we also are very grateful to the content team with Nimisha and her team, to Puneet and his team, for giving us the opportunity to tell this story. It's been waiting for 20 years. So both of us are really eager for the 1st of October for the release.
Mahesh, you have had several highs and lows with Leander on court.
Yeah.
Tell me, if I was to ask you, just pick one of them that still makes your adrenaline flow the most, which one would you earmark?
I cannot pick one, honestly. Over the last 18 months, because of Breakpoint, I have seen so much footage that I've not seen before in the form of our matches. The cliched answer would be, Wimbledon final when we won that last point. But honestly, I was getting goosebumps when I saw our quarterfinal match when we came back. I was getting goosebumps when I saw our Davis Cup win. So, I mean, we've had, an incredible amount of highs in our career, which definitely outweighs, whatever disappointments we might have had.
Leander, can you pick one?
Like Mahesh said, I mean, there are so many amazing memories that we've had together. I mean, Wimbledon could probably be my favorite one because that was the dream that I had when we were both 15 years old and 16 years old, respectively. The intuition that one had, and the first time I met Mahesh in Sri Lanka, I'm like, would you like to win Wimbledon? And he laughed at me and he said, you're crazy. But then we worked so hard, and apart from the victories, there was 2 weeks in Prague that we were working so hard with our team. And those will stand out in memory because we won the 2 tournaments back to back, but actually those were weeks to prepare us to win Wimbledon. With Mahesh, our friendship and our brotherhood has gone through so much. There are so many amazing times. It's very hard to pick one.
You said that you watched Dangal and a few other projects which Nitish has handled or Ashwini Iyer has handled. Which one of them stands out for you?
Yeah, I think obviously Dangal is special, right? I mean, there's a film about adversity to success, to family, to emotion. So, I enjoyed all the films, but I would, pick out Dangal from all 3 of them.
Leander?
For me, Dangal would also be the one that really stands out. I think that Nitesh Bhai has an amazing ability to capture human emotions, and the emotion between the father and the daughter really stood out to me, and that is why I was so excited when uh, Ashwini Iyer Tiwari and Nitesh Tiwari were brought to our project.
So when Nitesh and Ashwini came to you that they want to cast you as you, did you not tell them that दंगल में तो ऐसे नहीं था, आपने किसी और की स्टोरी के लिए आमिर खान को लिया, फातिमा सना शेख को लिया, दूसरे एक्टर्स को लिया? यहाँ पर आपने वो डिस्कशन किया नितेश और अश्विनी के साथ?
No, because that is the way Leander and me wanted to tell it, and that is why, like, Leander said, we've been approached so many times in the past to tell the story, but nobody really had the foresight or the structure that we were like thinking about. So, when Nitesh and Ashwini spoke to us, they said, listen, they wanted to make sure it was real, it was authentic, it came directly from both of us independently, and all our family, friends, and colleagues are in it as well. That was the best way to tell the story, not fictionalize it.
Mahesh, you didn't pick one remarkable moment or the most memorable moment. You said there have been many highs, but can you pick one match which was the toughest, which you label as the toughest of your career with Leander?
I mean, and it's a lot of people have asked me this question in the last 3 days, right? I mean, the level of tennis at which we were playing for those career, I mean, we were playing the best teams in the world every week, right? So how do we pick a tough match? I mean, quarterfinal at Wimbledon the year we won it, 2 sets to love down, we come back, beating the US in Davis Cup, beating Czech Republic, our first big win on clay in Pribram, so I mean, I could go down the list of 10 matches that we kind of really put everything into it to have to find a way to win. So Wimbledon final also, down a set after losing a 5-love lead in the tiebreak. So there's so many matches, it's very hard to pick one.
Leander, I would like to know what was that led to you two getting separated or having differences, because we all have heard this that whatever, that you all are two different individuals, you all have different set of emotions, obviously, and I think two individuals should have different should be different to strike a chord. But ऐसा क्या हुआ था जो आप लोग दोनों की जोड़ी को नजर लग गई, if I can say that?
Exactly like you said in your question, I think that the beautiful part of Mahesh and my brotherhood is that we accept each other the way we are. I think when we were a bit younger, I think we were both a bit more brash. We both had a little more adrenaline flowing. We both wanted to do things our way, And I think that wisdom and time, and also the makings of Breakpoint, has given us time where we have a little more maturity now. We have a little more wisdom now, where we can laugh together. We can also look at the things and take responsibility of how maybe I could have picked up the phone and called him as the elder brother, maybe Mahesh could have spoken to me and said, hey, this is my real issue at that point, But I think that the beautiful part that I like to remember is that our brotherhood has stood the test of time. I mean, every time I look at him, like we've done interviews before this morning already, or we did interviews all day yesterday, where we were separate, and we've played with many separate partners also, and we both achieved success with them as well. But to do it with Mahesh was special. To sit here and look at him on this chat and chat with you about, our 20-year history makes it even more special, because we're both Desi boys. We both have known each other since we were really little, and we've been in each other's lives for 30 years now. And I think the beautiful part is not just winning off the Grand Slams, not just being number one in the world, but that friendship. That's what's really special.
I'm reminded of this Aamir Khan moment in Dil Chahta Hai, when he picks up the phone on Akshaye Khanna and calls him, when you said that you could have probably picked up the phone and called Mahesh. But are you telling me that you didn't know ki hua kya tha? It was just something which you didn't know.
I think there are so many nuances to it. And I think while we were going through it at that time, we only had half knowledge of what we did know. But there was also half knowledge of what we didn't know. And I feel that many years later now, while we're making Breakpoint, I feel that the real message in our story also is that sometimes it's as simple as picking up the phone and saying, "Bhai, kaise ho?" Yes, we won Wimbledon yesterday. Yeah, yes, we were #1 in the world. Mother, how are you feeling? Let's go watch a movie together alone. Let's go have a drink together alone. And I think that that's what brought us together. The bond between two Gemini boys, his birthday 7th of June, mine is 17th of June. And that bond and those special things that we did together in the beginning of our partnership and our friendship is what created the magic. But as we started doing really well, we started spending less and less time together. But when you watch the whole docuseries, you'll get to see the magic of even how our relationship stood the test of time.
Mahesh, your take on Leander's viewpoint?
What was the question again?
The question was that ऐसा क्या हुआ था आप दोनों के बीच? And did you all not know during the course of so many years what had happened, what had transpired between you two that you all had developed such a gap and a distance between each other?
Yeah, of course we knew. I mean, the only two people who knew were us. Now, all of you all will know October 1st. So I'm not going to give you out any spoilers here, but you guys watch the show.
But Leander says that he wished that he should have picked up the phone on you, or perhaps you could have spoken to him. In hindsight, how much do you agree with him?
Yeah, hindsight. It's easy to live your life in hindsight, right? But we were living in the spur of the moment, and we continue to be extremely proud of everything we achieved, and we achieved a lot of things that people have never achieved in their lives and careers, especially when it comes to business in India. So that's part of the journey, and that's how it is today.
I think this is a big lesson, this Breakpoint, that we don't care about the present moments. We either live in the past or in the future, buried in our egos.
Are you making a statement or asking a question?
Is that what is going to come out? Is that what is going to come out eventually at the end of it?
I think that statement was very apt in the fact that sometimes we human beings get caught in the past, and we get preconditioned because of our past history. And also then we get caught in the future. Aane wale kya hai? What do we want to become? What do we want to do? What do we want to achieve? What do we want? All of that. But the real essence is in your statement / question is that it's important to live in the present. And in this story, in the present, we found our brotherhood back, which is nice.
बॉलीवुड में ऐसा बहुत होता है महेश और लियांडर कि अगर कुछ मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग्स होते हैं तो ज्यादा हेयर से पे भी होते हैं कि किसी और से सुना हमने कि मेरे बारे में ये ऐसे कह रहा था. क्या आपके दौरान ऐसा हुआ कभी?
Yeah, it happened a lot. And like I said, Vicky, again and again, you're going to have to watch the show, man. You're trying to you're trying to get the spoiler out, which is not going to happen.
No, it's not a spoiler. It's something which, trust me, there might be somebody watching this interview and it doesn't end up watching the web series. It's possible.
Yeah, well, I'm still not allowed to give the spoiler. So, hopefully they'll watch the trailer, they'll enjoy it, and they'll watch the series.
And that's largely because you're a legends.
Thanks, Vicky.
It has been lovely talking to you. Absolutely.
Thanks a lot.
My honor. And I wish to talk to you again in future. Thank you so much for your time, Mahesh and Leander.
Thanks,
Let's look forward to Breakpoint.
Catch up soon.
Thanks.